Hi there. I hope you're enjoying the season and not stressed. Don't stress. If you don't have the money, you just don't have the money, right? Sometimes we don't have it. I've been many times during this time. Sometimes I didn't have enough money, and you wind up going to credit cards and doing this stuff and twirling around and getting short term loans and payday loans and whatever. And it's not worth it for one day. We have found that out. We wound up with bills, bills, bills. And in January, if you charge up everything, those bills are going to start coming at you full force, plus with everything else that may be coming. Utilities, health bills you may have to pay back, loans you got to pay back. So if we don't do it the first time right, we won't get into it. But things are tight, and I told you things are going to get tighter next year, so we really don't need to get into all this. You got to make sure that your funds are okay, right? We got to kind of cool down and get ready, do a pandemic mode of saving. Okay, because it's not going to get better overnight. Rules have to be changed, things have to be revoted in, and blah, 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 and whatever was messed up has got to get straightened out, and it's going to take a long time. Some things have to go through the court system, and we're stuck. We got stuck. So we're going to be stuck for a minute. And it's sabotaging and whatever they do, but they already told you things are going to get worse before they get better. So you need to stock up on things that are cheap now. Okay, and if you see something cheap that you need, you're going to need in the future, you can get it. Go on and get it if you got the money. But don't get strung out on the holiday. Don't stress if you don't have the money. Maybe you can cook somebody something. You don't always have to give the gift wrapped up that costs a whole lot. Okay? It can be just something simple, something from the dollar store, whatever. Don't worry about it, or just don't give anything. Just tell them, I don't have it right now. Budget out loud. You say, I don't have it. And when God gives me more money, I will be there. Okay? So don't worry about it. So I do different jobs at different places. I told you when I was teaching and I graduated from law school, did not exactly care for law after I went through that process. And my husband did. He went on, and practiced. I kind of don't really like it, but the guy that they had, what do you want to say? It felt like you were cattle. You know how people take cattle to see which one looks cute and I'm going to buy that one? That's what it felt like. We were all kind of like it wasn't a hiring place. It was like meet the top lawyers and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't interested, and that kind of turned me off. They would tell me, oh, that lawyer, oh, they're good. The city, they're great. They make millions of dollars and blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't interested at all. It was like, just get me out of here. But I stayed throughout the thing, and a couple of the lawyers had come to me, and I told them, I wanted to teach, because I did have my teaching degree also. And a couple of them did. They proposed to me. The one stood out because he paid off my student loans. And he said, if you would come work for me for 5 years, and he says, you write your ticket. What do you want to do? And I said, I want to teach. He said, can you teach in the day and still come in afterwards? And I said, yeah, I can do that. And I've been doing that for years. I've just been doing that for years. Only time I really haven't been doing is when I got sick with breast cancer and the 101 Dalmatians. I had 100 fibroid tumors, and I had one tumor, breast cancer, and they removed that. And then I had the other 100, and all that was done during one surgery. And so that's about the only time. But most of the time, even when I had my kids, I would pick the kids up, go straight in, kind of wrote my own ticket. If I felt like leaving early, I left. I like doing research and whatever and doing the briefs. So that's kind of what I did. I did not go into the courtroom. I knew how to go in the courtroom. I have been in the courtroom, and in some cases I do to help somebody, but I'm not the one, I'm not interested. Okay. So what I did this time also, which I can write my own ticket. So, with the debt thing, I kind of was working it because some of the lawyers do different things. Corporate, there's international, some do criminal, some do consumer problems, bankruptcy, blah, 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 blah. And so I said, what if somebody comes in and they're not necessarily, they don't necessarily have to take the bankruptcy route. Can I work with them too while I'm doing other things? And he said, yeah. So got several people lined up, but I wanted to show you this one that I'm working on. It's a couple. They have 12 credit cards, and the thing about them not getting on bankruptcy, it won't be on their credit report because they want to buy a house. And the biggest thing they got are these credit cards. Their car's paid off, they live in an apartment, all they got is all these credit cards. And to go into bankruptcy, they could kind of finagle it. Lawyers can finagle things. Yes, you can get in there probably, but it would be quicker if we could try to pay them off than to do that. And so we went through it and presented these cards. Now, they're in order. They're from smallest to largest, but I will put the amounts down so far. And they have started paying on these. But what I wanted to show you is interest rates and things that credit card people do. And remember I told you about different types of credit cards. Remember I told you there's some high-powered credit cards that you should always look for. And there's some other credit cards you don't want to be bothered with them. And most of the time, they said they had kept getting credit cards, trying to bring their score up. And what happened was they just kept using them. It just got to the hilt. One gets big, you go get the other one. The other one gets big, and what do? You just keep on going. So the Imagine credit card, Imagine, it has a balance of $488.27. Okay, Capital has a balance, make sure I got these right, $494.20. See, Mission is $582.19. Now I'm gonna go through it too also and tell you about some of the pros and cons that I found out about as I'm looking at some of these cards, because some of them I hadn't even paid attention to. I haven't heard of them. And after I looked at them, I see why I have never heard of them. I didn't want them. That's what happened. So the Indigo is $560.83. Premier 8 is $741. Destiny is $723.20. Okay, Milestone is $723.50. Fit is actually named Fit, $898.83. Premier, they have another one, and it is $946.74. Capital is $1,012.83. Surge is $1,107.14. And they have another Capital. I think that says Quicksilver Q something. They got names for their cards. So it's $2,125.55. Now this was for a total of $10,404.83. and 28 cents. And so he makes $3,000 a month, and she makes $1,000 a month staying home as daycare worker at home. She's got her own little daycare thing going with a couple of kids, and it's not a big thing. It's just like a couple. I think she has one child, and then she's got like two more she handles. So as I was going through this, these two cards appeared. See, all these cards are really almost max. This one is $500. This is $500. This is $600. See how close they are? They're almost at, they're over the percentage. You know, I told you to keep it at 10, 20, or 30%. The most is 30, but try to keep them at 10. But they're up there. Indigo's $560. It was $600 limit. Premier, this was $800 limit. Destiny was $700 limit. See, they're over the limit on these two. Milestone is $700. Fit is $800. It's over the limit. Premier is $1,000. Getting close. Capital, another one, is they're not over the limit on this one. Can't remember what it was. Oh, 1,030, but they're close, right? Surge, they're over the limit by $107.14. It's just 1,000, and this one is below its limit at 5,000. Now, the problem is the card, the type of card that we have. Okay, so let's go down and I guess look at the interest rate, and then I'll show you a problem that's happened with this. Now, if they go in order, yes, you would go snowball, small to large. But, you know, after I was talking to him, I think we can tackle some of the troublemakers and get them at least down or out of the way instead of worrying about these down here, because the payments on these are not as high. These two are $25 each. This one too, it's $25 each. So that's $75. Those are small payments that you don't have to deal with. But these bigger ones, and then there's some problems going on in here. So let's go down to Capital down here, and its payment, because it's the largest right now, is $67.72. Okay, Surge, the payment on it is $59. Okay, this one, Capital, is $36. This one is the big one, right? $126.55. This one, Fit, is $48. Milestone is $54. Destiny is $54. This one is $88.66. Indigo is $40. Mission is $25. All these are $25. So right off the bat, we kind of know these are not really our troublemakers. We do see troublemakers with Premier because they're high, right? 1, 2, 3. Now you can, if you were doing it, you could do that. You could go, which one do I need to pay off first? It's getting on my nerves. It's big, huge payments. You could go that way. But the problem that we have, we also looked at interest rates. So let's look at the interest rates over here. Imagine is 13.83, because you're going to see a big problem right here. Capital is 12.15. Mission is 15.52. Now, if you want to just do the highest interest rate, yeah, you could do that too, right? Indigo is 18.12. Premier is 20.28. Destiny is 22.89. Milestone is 22.93. Fit is $23.21. Premier is $26.21. This second Capital is $25.88. Surge is $28.18. And Capital is $29.30. Okay, so another way you could do it also is what? Do the highest interest rate and work on it. Go to the next one, which would be 26, blah, 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 or no, 28, then 26. You could go that way, or go smallest, or some people like to even jump down here. Okay, let's take this highest and get this big old number out the way and go. That's fine. You can go any way you want to. Okay, don't let people tell you what you can't do. And then if you get started, you may go, I'm tired of paying these big ones. Let me jump up here and get this little one out the way. Or you get a bonus or something. Let's get this out the way. Now, the only problem I saw was, like I tell you, some cards they do things. Okay, let me put it that way. They do things, and these three cards are together, the same company. Indigo, Destiny, and Milestone are from the same company. The problem is right here, okay? The interest rate that they're paying every month. Now, the whole total of their interest rate that they're paying for every month is $365.06. Now, they could have paid off a bill on these cards or something with that, but they didn't. Okay, that didn't happen, but that's the total of the interest rate. But the problem is, like I said, these two right here, because they're charging this, but they're adding a fee, and that fee raises this payment. It's not this every month. And it just says fee. Remember the junk fees and things they do? Okay, so it's $52.59 a month. And then this one up here is $52.55. Way over what's going on. So, I decided we're going to work on these two right here, because they're higher than anybody sitting there now, because they're going to keep on charging this fee. They're called maintenance fees, and there's not that much maintenance in the world, okay? If in 10 months, they'll be paying way over $500. So we're going to work on these two first, because they're not, that's trouble right there. That's the road we're going on. And then we do have Premier. The Premier seems to be high all the time with a lot of people. And but they are a good card. They do work with, Prime and whatever, but they do give you credit increase. They look at your credit all the time, and they actually will send you a message and say, contact us directly, on your site if you have it. Make sure it's not a scammer. And say, do you want this credit increase? And contact us, directly. And they stay on it about the credit increases. So they do increase. They look at everything. It's just all the time. Increase. So they do work with people after you get started, or if you're having trouble paying, you call them and they work out a payment plan with you so that you can get back on track. They really don't want you to leave. Okay, so they are a very good company that can do that. Capital is a very good company that can do that. Some of them, like I said, some of these I don't know anything about, but I do know from what they're saying, these two, they want them gone. Imagine a mission, because they said, imagine you can't get help. It's like, don't know, and your credit card company should know about themselves when you ask a question. And she says, I've called about something. It's like, no, don't know. This one, they got low payments, but they drag it out. She said a little slow, drag it out, but she said this one she was not happy with at all. These, now she said these fit and surge. She said they don't, like if you're over your limit, and you've been fine with them, they don't report that to the credit bureau. The only time they report it when you miss a payment or something. But they won't report over the limit. They won't let you get too much further. But you can't use the card because you're over the limit. But, that's good that they're not reporting, right? It kind of keeps your credit together so you can get this stuff down. So we do have to look at that too, because these are over the limit. So which ones are over the limit again? Let's see. It was this one. So I'm going to put a red dot there because these are over the limit. So we need to look at that and give them extra payments to get them down, because this is only supposed to be $700. And that may be part of the problem with their fees, because they may be charged, they may not report it, because I don't think they reported either, she was talking about. But unless you miss a payment. But they're charging you every month, and that's a lot of money going out for no reason but that. And get these cards down. So I'm going to focus on these two with them. We worked out. Get rid of these. And then we're going to work on these two, because this doesn't really bother me too much. Yes, it's high, but I want to work on Premier, because these payments are, especially this one up here and this. We want to work on those high payments, because they're more worried about high payments, get some of these payments and get these cards out the way. Because if they come down, you got $126 there, minus 27, 68, 87, 80, 89. Okay, that little set of payments, these three payments could help pay off the other card, right? Just snowball it on, just roll it on in. But anyway, I hope you are having a great time with your life. Keep it steady, work on things for next year, because, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but it may actually be better. God may jump on in there and it's going to be all right. But we're going to be all right. Don't let people, tell you, oh, see, I told you so. Yeah, they're going to say it. So just ignore them and move on. Okay, just move on, because they already warned us. They already told us, and nothing can be worse than what we're doing right now. So we got this, okay? You got this. God's got this. He's watching you. Okay, he's going to take care of you. You got to do what you got to do. You got to pray. Okay? And be grateful for what you do have. That's how you get more things. You're grateful for what you do have. I don't care if it's a little raggedy mattress in the floor. Okay, you got a mattress to lay on because somebody else doesn't have one. Okay? If you got a cup of coffee this morning, somebody else didn't get that cup of coffee, or you got a soda, or y'all went out to dinner, or you went to lunch. Somebody else does not have that. So you think about everything you got, because you know what? You are blessed. You are blessed, and you tell God to bless somebody else so they can get out of whatever they need to get in, and everybody have abundance and wealth. That's what we need, abundance and wealth for everybody. So take care, enjoy yourself, be sweet, kind, and I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.